Chelsea's failure to secure a deal with a major star opens a new window of opportunity for Liverpool. Liverpool and Manchester United are evaluating a transfer for a star player valued at €60 million. Amorim knows well. Hello, Liverpool fans. Let's check out the latest news from the world's greatest club. Liverpool has completed the signing of midfielder Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for around £127 million, including add-ons based on goals and performance. This information was revealed by journalist Fabrizio Romano, who also confirmed that personal terms have already been agreed upon between the player and the English club. The deal becomes the most expensive transfer in Premier League history, surpassing the amount paid by Chelsea for Enzo Fernandez. The negotiation takes place just before the opening of the summer transfer window, which this year will be split into two parts. Clubs can begin registering players starting Monday, June 16th, with the window remaining open until September 1st. This division was designed to accommodate clubs competing in continental tournaments early in the season. After winning the Premier League title, Liverpool had already made moves in the market by signing right-back Jeremy Frimpong, also formerly of Leverkusen, to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now the Reds take a further step by securing Florian Wirtz, considered one of the most promising talents in world football. Medical examinations are expected in the coming days, and the player will sign a long-term contract with the Merseyside club. Florian Wirtz, 22 years old, emerged at Leverkusen as a teenager and quickly became a key figure for the team. Since then, he has played more than 190 official matches, scoring 57 goals and providing 65 assists. Although his contract with the German club ran until the end of the 2026-27 season, the midfielder chose to accept the challenge of playing in the Premier League and joining the sporting project led by coach Arne Slot. Wirtz primarily plays as an attacking midfielder but can also operate in more advanced roles such as second striker, or drop deeper in midfield depending on tactical strategy. His main strength is the ability to create space even against very tight defenses, something that has been a recurring challenge for Liverpool in recent seasons. With intelligence, game vision, and passing precision, Wirtz arrives to be the brain behind the team's new offensive system. The signing of the young German is not just a quality addition to the squad. It represents a statement of intent from Liverpool. By beating heavy competition from European giants like Bayern Munich and Manchester City, the club shows it is willing to invest heavily to remain at the top. It is a clear demonstration of restored ambition and long-term planning. Florian Wirtz is not only Liverpool's present but also its future. The arrival of such a caliber player at just 22 sets a new standard at Anfield. Much more than a financial transaction, this transfer symbolizes Liverpool's desire to become a protagonist again in England and Europe, betting on talent, youth, and strategic vision for the years ahead. Hugo Ekitike's market value has skyrocketed after a standout season with Eintracht Frankfurt, reflecting his rapid rise as one of Europe's most promising forwards. At just 22 years old, the French striker scored 22 goals and provided 11 assists across all competitions last season, including 15 in the Bundesliga and 4 in the Europa League. These figures led Frankfurt to treat him as an elite asset, setting a minimum price of €100 million to release the player this transfer window. Chelsea was one of the first big clubs to move in an attempt to sign him. However, according to Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany, negotiations to finalize a deal before the Club World Cup failed. On X, Plettenberg stated, "A Club World Cup deal with Hugo Ekitike for Chelsea FC has failed. There is still no full agreement or official offer to Eintracht Frankfurt. Chelsea and Ekitike continue negotiations for the summer transfer window, but Liverpool is still in the race, a player to watch in the coming weeks." Despite interest, Chelsea has shown reluctance to meet the asking price from the Germans. The English club would be willing to offer between £65 million and £70 million, roughly €75 to €84 million. While the gap is not huge for a club with Chelsea's financial power, it signals a more cautious strategic shift toward heavy investments and high-risk signings. This opens a window for Liverpool, who are closely monitoring the situation. After completing the record signing of Florian Wirtz, the Merseyside club is now focused on further strengthening its attacking department, with Ekitike emerging as a natural target. Under new manager Arne Slot, Liverpool is redesigning its playing style based on mobility, intensity, and off-the-ball pressing. traits that perfectly fit the French striker's profile. Hugo Ekitike is not just a finisher, but also a team player who contributes to offensive build-up, participates in transitions, and works defensively when needed. He stands out for his intelligent movement, off-the-ball work rate, and ability to occupy multiple attacking zones, qualities highly valued in Slot's tactical system. Unlike Chelsea, which has fluctuated between different tactical models, Liverpool can offer a more cohesive project and a clearly defined role within the squad, factors that may influence the player's decision. The major challenge for Liverpool will be convincing Frankfurt to lower their financial demands or justifying a near Euro 100 million investment based on sporting planning and medium-term returns. Additionally, the club must show Ekitike that he can become a central figure in a new attacking line alongside talents like Wirtz, continuing an offensive renewal aimed at keeping the team competitive domestically and in Europe. With the summer transfer window in full swing, Hugo Ekitike promises to be one of the market's main protagonists. The race between Chelsea and Liverpool is wide open, and the striker's future will be shaped by the next moves behind the scenes. For the club that secures his signing, Ekitike represents not only goals but also versatility, youth, and technical and tactical potential that few forwards his age currently offer. Gonçalo Inácio, the 23-year-old Portuguese international defender, has established himself as one of Europe's most promising defenders, with consistent performances for Sporting and the Portuguese national team drawing attention from top Premier League clubs. This transfer window, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Newcastle United are closely monitoring the situation, and a move away from Portuguese football appears increasingly likely. According to the Portuguese newspaper O Jogo, the three English clubs have shown genuine interest in Gonçalo Inácio, who currently has a release clause set at 60 million euros. Although this represents a considerable investment, Sporting is open to negotiations for a more affordable price, especially given market pressure and the prospect of profiting from a homegrown talent. This opens the door for interested parties to advance realistic offers, potentially accelerating a transfer this window. At Liverpool, the search for a reliable defender with growth potential has become a priority after a season marked by defensive inconsistencies. The arrival of coach Arne Slot signals a renewal phase for the club, and strengthening the defensive system is seen as essential to consolidate the new project. Joe Gomez continues to battle injuries and has struggled with consistency, while Jarell Quansah, though talented, still lacks the experience to be an every-week starter for a club aiming to win the Premier League and compete strongly in Europe. Signing Inácio would give Liverpool more security, youth, quality ball-playing ability, and versatility, since the Portuguese can also play as a full-back in three centre-back systems, something valued by modern coaches. At Manchester United, the situation is equally delicate. The team ended the season with major defensive issues, and a sector overhaul is expected. Players like Raphael Varane have departed, while Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire suffered long injury spells. In this context, Gonçalo Inácio emerges as a reliable, future-proof solution. His anticipation, game reading, and good passing make him well-suited to the Premier League style. Furthermore, Inácio has played under Ruben Amorim at Sporting, which could ease his adaptation, especially if United appoint a coach with a similar philosophy, or even consider Amorim as a future managerial candidate. Newcastle United also appears as a strong contender for Gonçalo Inácio's signing. With European competition secured, the club seeks to reinforce its defense and find a partner equal to Sven Botman. Inácio, with his technical and versatile profile, fits well into Newcastle's ambitious, financially stable, and growing project led by Eddie Howe. Off the pitch, his release clause and Sporting's willingness to negotiate increase the chances of a transfer this window. Liverpool, Manchester United, and Newcastle remain in contention, offering distinct projects, but all with the potential to advance the Portuguese defender's career. The European market remains heated, and Gonçalo Inácio is undoubtedly one of the most promising names available. His youth, international experience, and technical profile make him a strategic target for any top club aiming to strengthen both present and future. The coming weeks will be crucial in deciding whether Sporting will lose one of its key players, and more importantly, where one of European football's most sought-after defenders of the new generation will end up. Thank you very much for watching so far. Until next time.